Hey y'all, I am about to give some unsolicited slash unpopular dating advice. Why? Because I was recently watching another content creator talk about Nelly and Ashanti, and they were talking about how Nelly appears to be jealous and resentful of the way that Ashanti was raised versus the way that he was raised. She was raised in a two-parent household, loving family. Her parents are still married. And he said that she didn't want for anything. And he was raised in, I think, a single mother household. I think he said his parents got divorced when he was really young. He didn't have a bed of his own or a bed until he was 8 years old. And for some reason, I think he resents her for growing up privileged. So I'm about to give some of the unpopular, unsolicited dating advice. Here we go. Number one, don't date, or you should date somebody that grew up the same way you did and now lives the same way that you do. If you don't like the way you're living right now, then don't date seriously until you get there, because you will never know true peace with someone until you find solitary peace. Now, okay, I know so many people get angry at the way that they were raised if they were not raised a way that they're satisfied with. So, say you were raised in poverty and you resent your family for raising you in poverty, and you see people who were raised in a privileged lifestyle and you wish that you had that, but you don't have that and you were not raised that way, and that is fine. But if you want to live a privileged lifestyle, I don't think personally it's a good idea to date in order to get that way, because when you think that somebody's going to lift you up, but really they, in reality, they may be um you know putting you in captivity. You're Nothing in this world is free. If somebody welcomes you into a higher standard of living, 9 times out of 10, if you don't work just as hard as them to get where they are, if you don't work just as hard as them to get where they are, you're going to be in captivity, and they're never going to let you forget. Even if they don't say it verbally, they're going to show you with actions that they're going to control your life. Okay. That's how I feel. If you want to date somebody who was raised a privileged way, or I'm going back to my original statement. I think people should date people who were raised the way they were raised and now live the way they live. If you were not raised in a privileged way, but you worked hard to elevate yourself out of that situation, I think somebody that you would be compatible with is somebody from a similar background. I just don't think that people who were raised certain ways, like privileged two-parent household, whatever you want to call it. I'm not talking down against two-parent households, and I'm not talking down against single-parent households, but if you I think you would be more compatible with somebody who was raised in a similar way that you were raised, even if it was a negative lifestyle for you. As long as you heal from the inside and you rise above that, and you have a positive mentality now about your life, I think you would be more compatible with someone who was raised in a similar way. They have healed, they have elevated. I think you could come together and start a healthy family with somebody like that, personally, because I've seen it in real life. I've seen people do that in real life. I know people who do these things in real life. Just like I think people who were raised in a two-parent household, so-called privilege, I think those people would be more compatible. The problem is people romanticize certain lifestyles. People who people who were not raised privileged, they romanticize struggle. For some reason, they romanticize struggle. And people who who were raised in a struggling kind of way, they romanticize, like the so-called American dream. Okay. That's my first unpopular dating opinion. Okay. This is the problem I think Nelly and Ashanti are having. I don't think that they are compatible. I think Nelly would be more compatible with somebody who was raised like him. Like he was raised kind of in a struggle, and he became successful, and now he's not struggling anymore. I think he would be more compatible with somebody like that. I do not think him and Ashanti are compatible. And Ashanti, I think she admires his strength, but I think she just romanticizes it. And I think that he feels kind of like he is a parent of hers now, in a way. Okay. Um, Let me see what else I have. Okay. Also, someone living above your living standard can easily try to love bomb you. But I would say accept the gifts if you're a woman. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective. I'm not really speaking from a man's perspective. I don't really think men should be accepting gifts from women. Okay, that is very tricky, but okay, if you want to do it. Also, someone living above your standard can easily try to love bomb you. But I would say accept the gifts, but make it very clear that you are not looking for a serious relationship. I think if you were raised in a struggling kind of way and you are looking to date somebody who is not currently struggling, I don't think you should seriously date until you get yourself out of that struggle, personally. Like, do what you got to do, go to school or work, get a job, whatever. I think you should kind of raise your own living standard. But I still go back to what I say is I think people should date people who were raised similarly to them. Now, if you were not raised the way you want to be raised, find somebody who was raised similar to you, but now you guys have the same mentality that you don't want to live that way anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you two might have been raised in a single mom household, but you're like, no, we were raised in a single mom household, but I don't want that for myself and my children. So let's get married. Let's be parents, etc., etc. Now, also, I don't believe that women who don't have children should date men who do have children. And it's kind of different when a woman has children and a man who doesn't have children date her. So I'm speaking from a woman's perspective to women primarily. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, if you are dating somebody who was not raised the way you were raised and they live a higher standard than you currently live right now and they want to help you, I say accept the help, but also make it clear to them, like, I'm not looking for anything serious. I think that is a very smart way to go about dating these days. A lot of people say that they're dating to marry. Stop telling these men you dating to marry. I think nowadays people need to make it clear that you are not looking for anything seriously, because you're not going to run anybody off. I think a lot of people are afraid that they're going to run somebody off when they tell people that they are not looking for anything seriously. But I don't think that's true. I think you can make it clear that I like you, I want to spend time with you, but I'm not looking for anything seriously. And I think that's a smart way to go about dating if you're not where you want to be in life. And especially if you don't know somebody very well, you shouldn't be telling a random person you just met a couple of days ago or week ago that you're dating to marry. You don't even know this person, So I think stop telling people that. I think get comfortable telling people that you are not looking for anything serious, but you are open and you are willing to see where it goes. That way, if it doesn't go the way you want it to go, you won't feel trapped inside of a relationship early on because you told this person, I'm dating for marriage. Okay. When you get to the level that you want to be at, Be very picky and reject very quickly. I think this is very important information that women need to know. Learn how to reject people very quickly. And I'm going to tell you how to reject people very quickly. Do not give so many chances thinking that it can eventually work. This is also why it's important to stop telling people that you dating to marry and getting it out of your head that you're dating to marry, because you see the red flags in the beginning, but you already in your mind trying to make a lifelong commitment to someone who you don't even really know. And you already told them that you wanted a commitment, or you're giving the vibes that you want a commitment. And I think it's smart to tell people, I'm not looking for anything serious, because you can still date this person. Okay, and see where it goes. This way you have room to breathe and see how they treat you. See if they're taking you seriously. Even if you're like, hey, I like this guy, I'm taking him seriously. But you already took the pressure off yourself of thinking, oh, this gotta lead to marriage one day, even though I just met this dude a week ago. Okay, what else? Okay. Yeah. Reject quickly. Learn how to reject people very quickly. Do not give so many chances thinking that it can eventually work, because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to be honest with y'all, this is stuff that people don't want to hear. 9 times out of 10, when you see those red flags in the beginning, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work. And that's why it's important to stop telling people that you're dating for marriage and learn how to tell people, I'm not looking for anything serious. Learn how to tell people that, okay? And you will be missing out on chances with other people that you might be more compatible with. Stop trying to lock stuff down super early, okay? Because it might be somebody else that you can be compatible with, but in your mind, you already locked down with somebody that you really don't even know. You don't know this person, okay? Okay, things to watch out for: time wasters, people that know you have things to do. Okay, this is why it's important when you're still trying to build yourself up. Like, let's say like you're not where you want to be at in life. I don't care how old you are. You could be in high school. I'm gonna go all the way to middle school, because I know middle schoolers that you could be in middle school, high school, college. You could be in your 20s, 30s. I'm gonna cut it off at 30s. Okay, you could be from middle school to your 30s, and you might not be where you want to be at in life. Okay, and so this is something to watch out for: time wasters, people that waste your time. They know you're not where you want to be at in life. They see you hustling and grinding, studying, working. They see you trying to be focused on where you're trying to be at in life, but they waste your time. They always calling you. They always trying to distract you. That's somebody who you do not need in your life. And sometimes people who are higher than you in life, they want to control somebody. See, some of y'all be thinking just because somebody got more than you in life that they want you to have just as much as they have. But no, they like the fact that they have more than you have, because you're easier to control when you have less than they have. Stop thinking just because somebody is higher than you in life, or they have more money, more things than you, that they want to elevate you. No, a lot of the times they like you below them. Understand that, okay? Understand that. They like you below them. People that know you have things to do, but they try their best to distract you. People who are constantly trying to distract you, get away from that motherfucker immediately. Get away from them immediately. If you tell somebody, I only have time to talk to you on the weekends, but they steady trying to call you Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, or if you work, if they're trying to call you when they know that you have things to do and you have made it clear that this is your availability, and they still trying to text you good morning, distracting you, and get away from that motherfucker immediately. Get away from them, okay? Get away. And then also, let me speak to my people who are elevated in life. Stop trying to bring people up. If you are up in life and you are elevated and the person is not working just as hard as you, get away from them. Stop trying to save people. Stop. It's okay to date somebody who is elevated and on the same level as you. That's fine. It's not your job to bring people up, okay? It's okay to look for somebody who is elevated and on the same level as you. Understand that, okay? Because some of y'all are elevated in life, but you still have low self-worth. So you don't want to date somebody who is on the same level as you. You're comfortable dating somebody below you because you have low self-worth and you need to be single. You are somebody who needs to be single. Stop trying to get in a serious relationship because you think you done marked up, you checked off all the boxes of life. I have a home, I have a car, I have a decent career, I have money in the bank, blah, blah, blah. Stop thinking that you have all these things that you don't, you might not have worked on your internal self-healing, your self-worth. Okay. You need to be single. Okay. Just because you have things, material things and accomplishments doesn't mean that you need to be in a relationship. You still need to be single too. Okay. Now let's see. Dream dashers, people that get quiet when you discuss your dreams. Some of you are not where you want to be at in life because there are people who don't want you to get above them. They like you below them, okay? And some of you are where you want to be at in life, but you're surrounding yourself with people who are below you, and they don't know all the work it took to get where you are, and they could be jealous of you and they could bring you down. So watch out for that too. If you're not where you want to be at in life, watch out for people who don't want to see you elevate and grow. And if you are where you want to be at in life, watch out for people who want to bring you back down. It is a very it is delicate finding somebody compatible, and a lot of people, they don't take compatibility seriously enough. They don't take compatibility seriously enough. You get with somebody who you are sexually attracted to and you think that this is the right person for you, and you overlook a lot of things. Stop doing that. And I want to say this too. It's okay to have casual sex. There's nothing wrong with casual sex. Just because you fuck somebody doesn't mean you have to get married to them or be with them for the rest of your life. But this is also where it goes. Stop telling people that you dating to marry. Tell people, I'm just seeing where it goes. Hey, it's nothing wrong with having a little snooky, a little, nookie hooky. Make sure it's consensual and make sure that you have protected sex. Okay. Consensual, protected sex. All righty. Watch out for people that devalue your dreams or people that want you to disclose too much information about your dreams, because y'all already know people that be trying to get you to disclose too much information about your dreams. Watch out for those kinds of people. Okay. The last one can be super tricky. This is where your boundaries have to be clear. Some of y'all don't even know, y'all don't even have no boundaries to make clear. Get some boundaries. You don't even have any boundaries to make clear. Get some boundaries, okay? Learn what a boundary is. Learn what makes you feel uncomfortable. Think about what makes you feel uncomfortable, okay? And learn how to guard yourself. Learn how to guard your boundaries. If you get one bad feeling about somebody, I'm seriously, y'all. If you get one bad feeling about somebody, get ready to cut that person off and drop them. Get literally, if you get one bad feeling about somebody, stop giving people the benefit of the fucking doubt. Please stop doing that. Learn how to cut people off, okay? And I'm going to show you how to reject men. This is for my ladies. I'm going to show you how to reject men. Men already are very good at rejecting us women. In my opinion, men know how to reject women. Women, we need to learn how to reject men. Okay. Now I know men make it seem like, oh, every women reject them all the time. No, I'm talking about real somebody who you went out on a date with. You're not compatible with them. You see the red flags, but you still want to be nice to them. You still see some potential. I'm about to show you how to reject this person. You need to learn this. Okay. Listen, because this is the most important lesson of all. This is the most important. You need to really listen to me right now. Open up, listen. Do not reject these males in person or over a voice phone call. In the year of 2025, going into 2026, only reject people via text message only. Never reject somebody in person. Never reject them over the phone. Reject them in text messages only, okay? This is unpopular unsolicited dating advice, but I'm telling you, this works. Do not reject somebody in person, and do not reject somebody over text message only. Text him whatever you want to say. For example, we're not compatible, but it was great getting to know you. I will not be responding to any more text messages. And after you send that message, block him, block him, block him. Okay? Thank you. This may sound cruel or harsh, or it may be cruel or harsh, but so many males cannot take no for an answer. This is why you don't reject somebody in person, and this is why you don't reject them over the phone, because they can't take no for an answer. And they will continue to play manipulative games to drag you in even further and make you feel bad for them and want you to give them chance after chance. Okay. They may tempt you with lavish gifts and dates. This is why it's important to be careful about dating somebody who is not on your level. Okay. Because if somebody is tempting you with lavish gifts and dates, that might be tempting for you, and it shouldn't be. Okay. For this purpose, follow my block button regimen. Alrighty, I hope this was beneficial to you. If you have any questions for me, hit the like button, subscribe, put a comment in the comment section. I hope this was beneficial for you. This was my unsolicited, unpopular dating advice. I think this is great advice, and I hope it was beneficial to you people. Bye.